I am coming to you from the past to tell you in the future, at the beginning of this video, to not follow along with me as I foil these edges. That is because I am doing an all the truths video where I show you all of the times that I messed up, all of the times that I had ideas and tried it and it didn't work. And so if you were to follow along with me, you would also make those mistakes and waste your time. And I don't want you to waste your time. I want you to avoid the things that I did, or even decide maybe that this isn't the kind of project for you, and that's why you're watching the video, to figure that out. So don't follow along with me. Watch the video, then decide if this is something you want to do. Was that all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
You
got that ghost in the back.
I was a ghost. I was a ghost. So I'm gonna have to squat down and then I'll work standing up so you won't see me. But I got this book press kit from Amazon and it was like $20. And then this is the book that we're gonna try to foil today. So to put the hexagon bolts in. So step 2 says to, I guess, turn it over. We're gonna put these flat washers on, okay, and then put the bolts on to make them tighter. All right, so we have our book, Paramore, and I'm gonna place it on the second tier, and I guess I need it sticking out just a little bit, right? I think that's what we learned from the videos. It's just the tiniest bit from the edge, it should stick out. And then I'm gonna put this on top of it. Okay, so it's pressed. I'm gonna check again that the edges are sticking out just a little bit. I guess like from the top they're kind of not. Maybe I should put my gloves on so I'm not touching it with my finger oils. It's sticking out a little bit. And then it says to place the flat sides of the washies. They're both flat. Both sides are flat. So I think that description's a little funny. But what I'm doing is I put the flat washies on and then I'm gonna put these like winged bolts on. Oh, one of the things that I've learned in the past is to put bolts on corner to corner instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's one of those difficult truths that I'm finding out, is that even though I have the edge here just barely coming out on the top, it sticks out way more on the bottom here. And what I'm worried about, and I don't know if this is going to be a problem, is that my cover is going to start getting sanded and it's going to start getting gold edged. My husband suggested putting another book on this side, and I have this one that's been damaged in the mail, so I was going to maybe sell it at Unicorn Prints. It's terrible, actually. Anyway, maybe it just becomes my test book, right? And so if I put it on this side, it will equally balance the boards because the boards are starting to close more on the back end. Part of that is because they're a little tighter on that side, but you know, this way it'll prevent them from closing a lot more and pulling the book's edge a little more on one side than the other. Hopefully that fixes everything. So here I've slid this one in, and now I'm just going to start adjusting how far out this book is sticking out on both sides, because again, I don't want to be sanding the cover off. I don't imagine that that's good. And also I'm noticing with the boards loose now, they're wiggling a little bit too. So I wonder if, oops, well, see, I can see it on this side. That's part of the problem, is I can see it on one side than the other. So yeah, okay. I'm starting to get it, I think. I'm gonna slide this one back in. Then I'm gonna tighten it a little bit. I don't want it too tight yet while I'm still looking, but I think I got it that time, guys. Okay. Hopefully this book doesn't come out. Now I think the problem, which some of you are probably yelling at my screen, is, babe, I found the problem. I can't stand the book up. Because like when they're sanding, they're doing this. So this becomes a problem. I can't stand it up. I would need a block that is basically the same size. Yeah. So we're gonna have to pull this out, which fortunately I figured that out on camera so that I wouldn't have to re-record that. But yeah, I can't lean it up and sand it properly. Okay, at this point I'm just trying to, I took the second book out and I'm just trying to carefully align the front. So it's looking good here. it's a little too low on this side right here. And the book is like got some separation here, like it's wavy. And I don't know how that's gonna affect the foiling and the sanding later. Or that might just be what it is. Ho, what's up? So I think I got it that time. My book does this, right? And I just had to make sure that it was in there and that I was pushing it forward or pulling it back as I was pulling these down so that it would lay flat. And that wobble that was in the middles is kind of a lot better now because the book is actually aligned. Try to twist this one.
Yeah, like to tighten it.
Oh. As far as this book press, I'm having trouble getting it to tighten all the way, and I can see if I squeeze these wood boards that the book gets straighter. So that's what we're trying to fix. So I'm really ready.
Really ready.
I'm really ready. I'm ready to start sanding this thing, and I have an orbital sander. I use a Ryobi. I like that brand because it's wireless. And I bought a pack of sanding pads for my orbital sander from Amazon, and it's like, got no brands. But it was like $5 for a bunch of different kinds. So this is the 120 I'm gonna start with, then the 180. I'm gonna move to the 240, then the 320. And the 400 is where I see most people stop. But I was watching the guy from Ingenious Designs who is like fantastic. And I saw him in one video go all the way up to 1,000. My pack doesn't go up to 1,000, but I have the 600 and the 800. And so since most people tend to stop around the 400, I figure I'm pretty safe to go up to the 800, even though I don't have the 1,000. And all we're trying to do is to get it to be shiny. And that's why I'm wearing the gloves, is I tend to touch my face a lot. I get a lot of oil on my fingers. I have a lot of face products. So I don't want that on the book's edge and then the foil not stick because of the oils on my hands. Okay. I forgot that I wanted to wear a mask because I don't want to breathe this stuff in.
The mask right there next to your phone.
Oh, thank you. Just like magic, just like magic. Getting the shine yet, and I don't know if I should be spending more time on that. Look, this is me having done all the way up to 400 and it's looking so smooth, but it's not shiny like they're talking about, and I don't know if I should go back. You know what I'm saying? Like you would be able to see it like that guy in the sunlight. Should I go back?
See what it looks like.
It's not shining like I think it should, so I'm going to go back to these other ones. I just do more.
We're going to take a break later, and I'm going to make some musubi.
Ooh! Musubi! I love it. I love musubi. They've been putting it in cartoons and stuff, and I've been like, ooh, that looks good.
So are you going to take a break later?
Yeah.
Okay. You just go like, I love musubi.
I do! I love it!
That's really...
Just like that. Just like that. I wanted to do a little update. I got up to the 600 grit. It's not shining like the guy from Ingenious Designs and his shines. It is very smooth though, and all wrinkles that had previously kind of been there, gone. So I'm taking that as a good sign, and I might just have to move forward without the shine. I'm gonna keep trying because I still have the 800 grit. But, I mean, if this is as good as I can get it, then we'll just see what happens in the ironing stage. One of the things I don't know, I don't know is, I assume I would sand all the sides first before I go in and start foiling, but that would mean removing this from here and redoing the sides, but I just can't imagine having foil on one edge and then starting to sand in. So I think logically I've got to sand all the sides first before I do that. And I know, yeah, some of you are probably like, duh, but I'm figuring it out, guys. I'm figuring it out. I've had a breakthrough, and I don't know how I did it. But on this edge, it's starting to get that burnished look, that little yellowing, shining look. So that means I do have to go back to this side because it is possible. And I don't know how, I don't know how I did it, but somehow I did it on this side. So that means it's got to be possible on the other side. So I've got to go back. But I just wanted to show you guys how it's starting to look. And obviously I need to smooth that out, but you see that shine? That's what we're going for. I ran out of battery. Son of a gun. I had to take a little break because my battery died, but one of the truths that I want to tell you is that to sand this, my arm hurts so bad. It hurts so bad I want to charge $1,000 for this book because of the labor. So hopefully my arm muscles look really good after this. Hi. Okay. I am back in my workspace, my office, and I've got this set up again with this on the edge, okay? Got my gloves on so I don't get oil on the edge, but it is nice and like a lot shinier now that I figured it out. So I have this little, ooh, it's hot, it's hot. How do I show you? I've got this little heat press. It's a Cricut. So it's got kind of a pointed edge and it's small and should be like really easy to work with. I have my foil here and I'm going to cut it to the size. So I have a few sheets actually. I didn't realize I was holding that many. And I have a stick of beeswax because after you put on the final coat, you can make sure it like adheres or sticks for a lot longer, has more endurance. I don't fudging know. By rubbing it on the edge, letting it cool, and then wiping it, buffing it back up to a shine. So that's what we're gonna do right now, and I'm gonna speed up the video and I'm gonna look like a robot, but that's like what I'm doing. Okay, I'm playing with scissors. Okay, I forgot that I can just turn it to me because I'm the one doing the work. Like I want you to see stuff, but also am I doing it backwards? So the issue I'm having right now, which is why I have stopped, is that it's wrinkling, but it's not appearing to stick. And I don't know if my heat is just not high enough or what. Like, did I not turn it the right direction? I don't know what I did. So hold on. So I'm having a little issue. Finally, it's starting to adhere, okay? But it's adhering really patchy. And I think it might be my iron. It kept like blinking after a few minutes and then turning off. And so I don't think that I'm getting enough heat or even heat, even though I've got it at like one of the highest temperatures. So I've changed the plug that it's plugged into, but I'm just worried that like I've already messed this out. And I know that like when, from all the videos that I've seen, when you put the second coat on, it kind of fixes anything that's looking a little messed up, but it still has to look pretty good as far as like healing all the patches before you put that like final layer on. So that's one of the little issues that I've come up against right now. That didn't work. No matter how much heat I put on it, look how patchy it is. So now, because that didn't work, I'm going to go back to the original plan, which was to do the water and glue mix. So I'd gotten some glue and I'd seen Ingenious Designs and he uses a different kind of foil. So that might be why his worked so well. But I'm using this Deco foil. So I'm going to try with the glue and see if I can get it to stick here and hopefully do not have to resand this. So all the truths. So this is the glue. It is PVA glue. I'm sorry if that's blurry. And this other person whose name is Poppy Press Bindery says she does a 1-to-1 ratio of glue and water, and then she just lightly puts it on before she puts the foil on. So we're going to try that. Okay, so I have a thin layer of the glue on here, and I'm wiping it off of the block so that I don't just have a bunch of extra glue hanging around it. I don't know if that's important, but I'm doing it. And I just made sure to make the glue look like milk. And then I'm adding this new sheet here, and we're just gonna try again. My gloves might be a little sticky from the glue, but at least the glue is on there. Okay, now I actually this time have this press on low heat because that is what Poppy says. So in Poppy we trust, and I will hopefully see you in a little bit with something successful. Okay, it is time to see if this first layer actually worked this time. So I am pulling, and oh, it did work well. Oh my gosh, there's just one little tiny spot right here. Right, you can see it, but oh, bitch, what? I'm gonna do that next layer. Ooh, that was cool. Okay, I wonder if I have to put more glue in that spot or not. Like, I'm not really sure. We'll figure it out. So in this thing, it says to just take the extra little pieces, sorry, in most of the videos, and just put it on there and just spot treat it. And then do the second layer, adding it back in. But I want the direction to be the same. I don't want it to have a weird direction in case that matters. I don't know. Okay, I've done these little patches, and you can see it looks busted, but it's not. It is, but it's not, because everyone says you just add in the next layer and it should cover up those imperfections, and that this foil sticks really well to itself. So I'm going to add another layer of glue, put this on, got the press on low heat, and let's see what happens. Okay, I think it is the moment of truth where there can be no other layer. So I gotta hope that this one came out so good. I mean, like, there's just a little bit right here that didn't come down. I hope this is okay to do. It seems to be like, okay, I can kind of see like these little tiny air pockets. Oh, come on, dude. There's these little tiny patches that are coming up, and it's not that it's wrong. I just don't want to have any kind of patchy work. And like, I don't know what it's gonna look like when I take this out and like break the edges. Like, it's in fan the book pages, and so I just really want it to come out very nice. And so as soon as I see these little tiny spots, I am pressing down, because at least they will match up exactly where they should. I hope. So far it is looking like this is good and it's working. I kind of wonder how these pages don't get like just absolutely cooked. I'm trying to be careful with the edges, because once that's off, there's nothing to anchor it down. So it just has to be good down there. Okay, hold on, guys. It did fix it. Oh, look at that. Okay, I have to get this on. They said put it on here. This better not ruin it. I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, so this is the beeswax, and they were saying to seal it, but mine, I took so long to pull because I was fixing everything that it's not hot the way that it probably should be hot. And so I'm just holding it close to kind of get it melty, and adding it on there little bits at a time. So I have the beeswax on there. See how it's looking like smudgy? And I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna take this cloth and I'm gonna polish it down, and that should bring the mirror shine back, and hopefully then I can move on to the next side. But it's looking good, guys. I cannot believe I did that. This is definitely a $1,000 book because this took so long. I'm sure that'll get faster as I go, but damn. I'm gonna take this, which is really smooth, and hopefully get it to shine again. Oh, it is working. For a minute there I was like, dude, I don't know if it's worth it, because it's not really like as shiny, but it is. You just have to spend more time buffing it, and it does come back to that mirror shine. Okay, so there is my mirror shine, like rose gold coloring. Ooh, girl. I'm gonna hold the heat above this part. It's like off, but it's still a little warm. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, that helped. Okay. I'm gonna take it and do the next sides. Okay, guys. It's dark outside. It's been all day. But we're finally done. So I don't even kind of really know what happens next because I saw someone tap it out. And essentially, okay, I've done sprayed edges, like I've sprayed some myself, you know, just little spray paint, and so I know you have to like get the pages separated, okay? I don't know, the book is still a little warm, but I'm gonna get it out and I'm gonna let it cool outside of these blocks and just kind of see what we're working with. But I did want to show you what it's looking like. I haven't even seen it all the way what it's looking like, so guys, okay, hold on. Okay, look. Bitch, what? Who did that? It was me, Mommy. I did that. Who am I? I'm tired. Okay, it wants me to crack the spine. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Hold on. Oh, she just did this? Okay, hold on. I gotta fix you. Okay, she just... Okay. That's cute. Okay. Maybe what I need to do is just open every page up. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't even the first page, though. Okay. As you may have noticed, I have changed clothes because I said I would come back, and then I was so exhausted by the end of all of the foiling and the dusting and the perfecting that I guess I just thought I did it, and I went to sleep, and now I'm here trying to edit, and I've realized I never filmed an end of it, but I've done 3. I've done 3, and all the pages have separated, and it looks amazing. Problem is that on one of them, if we're going for all the truths, on one of them, I was a little heavy-handed with the glue. I knew I shouldn't have been. I was very careful with the first one, but on the second one, I didn't scrape the glue off with the brush as much as I should have. I didn't scrape the glue off of the brush as much as I should have. And what ended up happening was some of the pages stuck together a little too deeply in the book, and they ripped. Let's see if I can show you the one. So I can't sell it because the pages ripped a little bit. Okay, so if you look here, I've ripped the page. You can see that it's come apart from itself. And so even though this is very beautiful, I couldn't sell this. So I think what it'll be is this will be the book that I get to keep, because I did want to keep one. But I'm such a like, let me sell this, that I'll just sell a thing without any kind of sentimentality. So this will be my sentimental copy. It'll be the one that I put on display on the table so people can touch it freely and safely, and it's okay if it gets a little messed up. And then I'll pull out the nice like protected copies that I bring with me. That was my phone, not the book, that I bring with me. So right now I have made 3, but I technically have 2 to sell, and I'm working on more. But yeah, don't be heavy-handed with the glue, because that can happen and it'll really mess things up for you. This is certainly not a fast hobby. Learning this took me all day, and I'm a pretty fast learner, but it still took me all day. I'm also a perfectionist, and so that was part of it taking me all day, is that I couldn't let there be little imperfections in the first layer before I put on the really good second layer, just for fear that the second layer wouldn't cover everything and then I'd be really screwed. In fact, I think there was one edge where I ended up doing a third coating because there was a tiny imperfection and I couldn't stand the little dot. So this is not a fast hobby. If you have a lot of time and you just want to do something with your hands that's creative and you love books, this is the hobby. If you want to make extra money off of it, I think that it still could be a good thing that you do, but you also just have to have the extra time to do it. And I'm like working on writing so many books and putting so many other things out, and I've got, you know, projects, I've got a job, that I don't know that this is something that I would take up all the time. But I have so much time before this event that I'm going to, in which I had heard that, you know, the people who buy tickets for that event, they really love special editions. And I was like, well, crap. The special edition I do have, it cost me quite a lot to stock it on my own, and then I don't make as much from it versus my own books here. I make a lot more. So I was like, I really should try, and I'm glad that I did. I think that these are beautiful. The character has this rose gold magic, and so it really matches what's happening in the story as well. So I love that I've done it. I love that I know how to do it. I love that I'll have these extra copies, but they certainly won't be all the copies that I bring. I told my husband, I was like, I'll just do as many as I can up to the trip. And what I have is what I have. So if I only bring 5, well, that's all I had time for, and I'm okay with that, because this was a lot. I will tell you, it has been like a week now since I did these, and I had to take a break. One, because I'm at work, so I have work to do. Also, my hands hurt a lot. Using an orbital sander always hurts my hands. Now, I have like issues with my palms, and it's one of the reasons I don't paint like I used to, because I just couldn't keep going. My hands hurt so bad. And it's one of the main reasons I switched over to storytelling almost exclusively. So there was some recovery time for me, especially because some things were bending over to do it, which is terrible. Like, I probably shouldn't do that, but I'm not, you know, someone who does a lot of work like that. So my lower back hurt, and it's still kind of hurting, though that could be for just having terrible posture. I say as I'm leaning in my posture. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here on this journey with me for all of the truths and all of the things. Hopefully you took my disclaimer to heart and you really didn't do this project alongside me, because you will have seen by the end of this video why. Thanks for following. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.